The Western Conference Semifinals, Game 1. The Warriors are coming in off an arduous 7-game battle in Round 1. The intensity has been heightened, the stakes raised. They are now on the hunt for a Game 1 victory against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The opening game of the conference semifinals, up next.
These teams are prepared for an epic series. Two of the West's very best clashing in Game 1 of the conference semis. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Buddy Hield and it's Green. In at the 5. And for Minnesota, Conley and Ant are the one of the two. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. Randle outside from behind the arc. Rebounded by Green.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that.
Randle with a steal. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, McDaniels is a physical player. He doesn't mind getting roughed up a bit while trying to score.
Minnesota is shooting their first foul shots of the night. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Outside, Green. Back to Podziemski. Green with a screen on Edwards. Podziemski into the lane. And Gobert with a block.
Well, just outstanding positioning and timing by Gobert. He tries to block as many shots as he can.
Inside. And it's hammered home by Green.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And that one drops.
Why do lefty shots look so pretty? Like that one from Randle, man. I wish I shot at lefty.
Pass to Green. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Left side Curry. Lays it up and banks it in.
Zero fear from Curry inside. 2 more points in his Hall of Fame career.
Conley passes to McDaniels. Oh, they get a hand on it. Picked by Gobert. Back to Conley. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Randle. Puts up a 3. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Randle's got 5 points.
When you have Randle on your team, he'll space out that floor.
And it's Butler off the drive. And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul of the game. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Gobert. Conley with the ball. Edwards looking for an opening. Down low. Gobert passes to McDaniels. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Rebounded by Green.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
The Timberwolves trail. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch, who talks about the task of facing Jimmy Butler, fiery wing. Coach said, you can talk about the scouting report all you want with Jimmy, but he brings the extra dimension. Butler has the attitude that is unmatched in the league. The passion of Jimmy Butler in full focus tonight, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And another shot. And it's finished off by Gobert as he lays it in.
Pounding the offensive glass. That's where Gobert gets a lot of his extra chances.
Green with a screen on Conley. Curry drives in. Outside for Green. Outside Podziemski. Green, a screen. Podziemski with it. And it's Gobert picking him up. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. For three, Randall. Offensive rebound. Gobert. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, Gobert showcasing that athleticism.
Warriors trail by 3. Pass to Butler. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Green with a screen on Randall. Now here's Podziemski. 6 on the shot clock. And a miss there on the triple. McDaniels against Hield. It's stolen by Green. Now Podziemski. Outside Butler. Hield, a screen on Randall. Here's Butler. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, one thing that's never in doubt, the level of effort you're going to get from Jimmy Butler on a nightly basis.
And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Minot comes in for Randall. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Outside Edwards. On target from about 13 feet.
Where doesn't Edwards score from? Even in the mid-range, he makes shots.
Green with a screen on DiVincenzo. The 3 from Curry. No good on the buzzer beater. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Minnesota up 4. And we'll return shortly. And time for us to get back into it here in Game 1. All right, let's quickly break down the game. What we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
But simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
We've got Dante DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Anthony Edwards, and it's Garza in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. The Timberwolves lead by 4. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Miller's checked in for Minnesota. On defense, the Warriors. Alexander Walker, the pass to Miller. Now Edwards. Inside. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
That's what Reed brings to the table. He's got an impressive combination of strength and mobility.
Green with a screen on DiVincenzo. Outside, Green. Here's Curry. Can't hit that one.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And the foul called on Brandon Podziemski. That's his first foul of the game. Ingles, he's checked in for Miller. Here's DiVincenzo. Puts it up off the inbound. Rebounded by Green.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
The gritty finish from Butler there.
Well, the defense was all over him, but Butler is not someone who gets rattled.
And Chris Finch has called timeout, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley comes in for Alexander Walker. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Looney's checked in for Green. Kuminga comes in for Jimmy Butler. Moody's checked in for Podziemski. And Payton is subbed in for Stephen Curry. And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 4-point game. Outside Reed. To the inside. Gobert inside. Kuminga's on him. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Reed.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
To the middle. Man, oh man, Kuminga with the easy bounce. Throws it down.
And in traffic, he uses the reverse to keep the shot blocker at bay.
What an incredible move. Not everyone has that kind of skill. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. Here's Reed, guarded by Hield. Gobert with a screen on Hield. 5 on the clock. Here's Reed. Looney grabs a miss. Warriors trail by 4. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Moody from outside. Ooh, the smooth 3 from Moody.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
There's a screen. Poke loose. Payton with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. Payton's shot is good. And the Warriors lead by 1. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
It's blocked by Gobert.
In the long arms, it's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Kevon Looney. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Julius Randle comes in for Reed. And Jaden McDaniels subbed in for Anthony Edwards. Right side, DiVincenzo. To the paint. Shot from the low block. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And over the years, Randle has stepped up his role, an assertive scorer and a natural leader.
And Randle drops them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Golden State has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And Payton, here we go. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
And the Warriors going with a whole new group out there.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Pass to Randle. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. In transition, here come the Warriors. Here's Santos. Outside Podziemski. 1:02 left in the first half. And there's the drive. And down it goes. Jam that one home. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Randle. No good there. Green with the defensive effort. Here's Butler. The kick out. Curry. Outside. Green. Back to Curry. Green with a screen on Conley. Here's Curry. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
And the foul called on Draymond Green. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. And he knocks down the first one.
Certain guys can remake their games to fit the times. Randall's worked on his right hand and his jump shooting. He's a much more versatile threat now at the offensive end.
We've got 13 seconds left in the second period. And here's Butler. Green with a screen on Randall. And here's Butler outside. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's Minnesota up by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Greetings, one and all. The postseason drama we love, and no disappointment here as it's a close game so far for the Golden State Warriors.
They look great on offense. The ball is flying around. Guys are getting open. It's enjoyable to watch.
Especially for those of us who are brought up playing the game this way.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. Guys, how important is the first game of the series?
Very important, Ernie. You learn a lot about yourselves and your opponent. Teams will attack and try to exploit your weaknesses.
And after game 1, it's all about how you cover up those weaknesses. Force your opponent to shake up their approach, man.
Yeah, moves and counter moves. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And we're back with you, folks, as this exciting Western Conference semifinal game rolls on. One of the stories here, Julius Randle. He is getting it done today.
Yeah, we had a feeling he'd step up in this one. So far, playing at the top of his game when they really need him.
Yeah, kind of what you expect from a guy of his caliber. Don't be surprised if his second half is just as good.
Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Hield in at the 3. Now here's Green. Shot clock at 6. Here's Podziemski. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Podziemski's got 5.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That'll be a second foul of the game. So it's Minnesota now, trailing by 2. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Inside, Edwards lays it in.
Well, I love when guys like Edwards work inside. Don't settle for jumpers. Hit a solid look close to the rim.
Green with a screen on Conley. Here's Curry. And he gets it to go. Curry's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Gobert goes up and brings it down.
Well, Gobert with the 7'9" wingspan, making it look simple.
Outside Curry. Green with a screen on Conley. Here's Curry. Oh, Curry getting right to the rim.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
Conley passes to Gobert. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 5 rebounds in the game. Curry with it, now guarded by McDaniels. The 3 is up. That won't go either for Curry.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Outside Conley, the 3 ball. Nails it from beyond the arc. Conley's got his first 3 points of the game.
Just a veteran play by Conley there, giving the D no time to react off the kick.
The kick out, Curry launches it. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
That one goes. Count it. Now it's a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
They're fortunate to be leading after shooting below 40% in the first half.
Green with a screen on Conley. Curry passes to Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Green's got 5 now.
A pleasant surprise from Draymond there. I mean, I love when he looks for his offense.
Timeout. And Chris Finch has called timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And Minnesota making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. During the playoffs, the NBA leaders in shooting from the floor. 5th, Anthony Edwards.
Since we started the playoffs, he's been totally locked in offensively, taking and making some good looks.
Pass to Conley. Back to Edwards. Picked by Gobert. To the inside. Oh, deflected. DiVincenzo finds Gobert. Clock is at 3. For 3, Randall. He drops it from range. He's got 12.
Well, defensively, they just look lost in the second half. They need to turn up their intensity and get back to the way they were defending in the first half.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Conley. And Minnesota with some changes. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Alexander Walker in for Edwards. Alexander Walker, the pass to Conley. Looney grabs a miss. Warriors trail by 3. Pass to Santos. DiVincenzo with it. Payton covering. Here's Conley. Deflected! To the middle. And Kuminga throws it down.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
It's an even 3-on-3 break. Now here's Moody. Looney, a screen on DiVincenzo. Moody passes to Looney. Go-ahead bucket, no good. Minnesota has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Payton with it. Looney, a screen on Conley. For the lead, Payton uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight.
Payton against Conley. Pass to Randall. Launches it from deep. No good. Would have counted had it gone. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Warriors ahead. They lead by 1. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Steve Kerr with some words for his players.
Move it to the next guy, drive and kick, let it come out in the wash, all right?
Steve Kerr asking his team to simply run the offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense, play inside out when you can.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Dante DiVincenzo out there with Edwards. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Naz Reid. And it's Clark in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Alexander Walker. Ooh, dismissed! Outside Moody. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team. He seemed pleased with this team's performance, saying, quote, "We're on track. We're doing everything right. Keep it tight out there, and let's take back the lead in this series." Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. completely new group here for the Warriors. And it's the Warriors with the ball. They lead by 1. Here's Podziemski. Green with a screen on Edwards. Podziemski into the lane, and he bangs it home with one hand.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And Minnesota with possession here, following the score by Golden State. Back to Alexander Walker. Clock at 4. No good on the triple.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
And it's Butler with the jam.
Butler getting something right at the rim, and he says thank you very much.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his 3rd foul so far. Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves. Edwards against Hield. Reed, a screen on Hield. Edwards finds Clark. Reed in the post, guarded by Hield. Reed, good.
And they have a never-give-up attitude.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got 0 quitting.
Now here's Curry. Hield on the wing. Green with a screen on Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, Curry, a magician inside.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Outside Edwards. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Jimmy Butler. And Minnesota with some changes. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Clark. And Jaden McDaniels subbed in for DiVincenzo.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Here's Butler. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Randle, outside Conley. Now Edwards. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch.
Curry with it, and it's Gobert picking him up. Outside for Green. And here's Curry for 3. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Green's got 3 assists now in this one. Randle on the screen. Pass to McDaniels. Pure from 3-point range.
And I think the crowd is admiring the long-range goal.
Green with a screen on Randle. Out to Hield. Lets a 3 fly. Another 3 for Golden State.
And Hield's judgment in these spots is impressive. Understanding what kind of shot to take in big-time moments.
Now here's Edwards. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Ooh, good work on the interior from Butler.
Jimmy Butler coming up big with the game on the line.
Inside, here's Gobert. The Warriors pull it in. 55 seconds left in the game. Curry against Conley. Butler, a screen on Conley. And they go to the intentional foul.
First team foul.
44 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Butler passes to Curry. 5 to shoot. There's the 3. And Butler the bucket on the assist from Curry. And now an 8-point Warrior lead.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Back to Edwards for 3. And he sinks it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6. And he's unable to get the second one. And here are the Timberwolves. And here's Edwards. Edwards is doubled. Over heel. Edwards can't hit. And now we've got an intentional foul. Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. So he comes up empty at the line. Edwards for 3. Rebounded by Green. And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's an 8-point ball game. Time called here. The Timberwolves decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. Guys, what do you think?
They just haven't put it all together tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
And so the Warriors take the win. And it always takes a lot of pressure off a team when they get the win in Game 1.
It's the most important game of the series. They've shown they know how to beat this team. The formula's in place. Now they just have to stick with it for the next few games.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
Jimmy, congrats on the win. What did it take to get it done tonight?
A lot of heart. My teammates fought hard throughout the whole game, and everybody had a tough matchup and manned up. Okay, we did what we were supposed to do.
Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, thank you. Time for us to say goodbye. We hope you enjoyed our second-round coverage of the NBA Western Conference Playoffs. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Jimmy Butler.